Right. We're live? We're live. Okay. Hopefully everybody finds this place. I made a mistake. I made a mistake on the other video. I think everybody's waiting for me on that video. So we'll just, oh, there it is. Okay, so you found it then. Yeah. There was a mistake. I think I accidentally hit the wrong button. So it was a software stream issue and not a webcam. So this is obviously live webcam. I don't have any streaming software. So welcome. These are the fun joys. Obviously, I apologize in my gear. Literally raced home from work and dove straight onto the computer and got things ready. So we're just gonna hold it down with some 5-stroke roll, starting with the diddle. Now we'll get into this after we get into that page 33 bit, right? So we're on bar 6 right now. So we'll just do some 5s, get things ready. Bass drum on that accent. We'll just get this going while we let everybody settle in. Hopefully everybody's had a good week. If you're in the UK, you'll be back from lockdown. Speaking in possibly 4/4 while playing 5 is only a little bit of a challenge. Woo! So I'm not sure who's watching, but I see there's a few people, so hello and welcome. Oh, there we go. 2 minutes of 5s. So, welcome to the lesson. Oh, next week on how to play really hard fill. It's the second last fill on the song. Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Xavier. I hope I'm saying that right, Xavier. Maybe it's Xavier. But yes, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. And let me know about that fill. I'll be keen to get into that. Get my drumstick teeth sunk into that. And hello, Sam. Welcome to today. Welcome to today. Yeah. So that's the diddle lead 5-stroke roll. Now we've obviously got the accent lead 5-stroke roll, which is 1. So we'll hold that down. Bit of a different feel. We'll hold that down. And just wait for a second until we get a few more minutes in. And then get right into page 33. Well, there you go. Look at that. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for that, Xavier. Again, we're working on 5s today, but we'll get to that at the end of the lesson. Right now, we're going to get our teeth. I don't know why I'm playing with my voice. Seems like a good idea at the time. We're going to get straight into page 33. We're working on number 6 here, bar 6. So we are working on the end of 4 now. So as you've noticed the trend, obviously you have the downbeat and the upbeat on bars 1 and 2. But then you notice the pattern of you're shifting the 16th note across the bar. And now we get to the end of the bar. And I'll tell you what, next week, number 7, that's when it gets pretty spicy, because that's when page 33 goes, well, actually, we're not going to move the 16th note here and there, conveniently through the numbers. We're just going to put it everywhere. And that's when it really starts getting pretty tasty. So right now, bar 6, the ostinato on the snare drum, left hand, which would be right hand if you're left-handed. But the ostinato is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's very basic. If you don't have sticks, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So it's 4 and 1, right? So let's just work on that with our left hand right now. Real quick, we're not even going to get any time going. We're just doing that ostinato on the snare. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 and right. So pause the video. Well, you can't pause live. You can't pause life. But when you're watching this back, if you're watching this back, pause it, go back, learn the ostinato, do it at a nice slow tempo. But for the time being, we're going to get right into that quarter note pulse on the ride, and we're going to be laying down a feathered quarter note on the bass drum. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that noise from the washing machine isn't coming through. I do apologize. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stepping that 2 and 4 on the left foot on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now, when you're ready, which I am, we're going to throw in that left hand snare drum ostinato. Remember, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and here we go. One, two, three, four, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 and 1, 2, 3. Right. So that is the most basic version of bar 6. With the pattern in the left hand on the snare drum, you've got quarter note pulse on ride, holding down time, feathering that bass drum on the quarter notes, and you're stepping 2 and 4. That is the most basic version of it. Now we're shifting things up a gear and we're moving into that blues shuffle. Again, if you've been watching the other bars, the other lessons rather, you'll know that that is just a triplet. The front and the back. Okay, so get that quarter note pulse on the feathering of the bass drum. Throw in that hi-hat. 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. When you're feeling comfortable and settled, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and throw in that left hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2, 3. Right. Stepping it up again. Another gear. Shifting it around if you're a stick shift driver. That's clearly how you do things. And we're moving it to the final. I say the final frontier of all things time held on ride. And that is the spang-ang-a-lang. Which, again, if you remember, is just a quarter note followed by that blues shuffle in technicality. 1, 2, up 1. Right? Good question. So before I get into this, thank you, Xavier. I am stepping my left foot. Here, I'll be quiet on that. I am stepping my left foot in substitution of a hi-hat cymbal. I do have a hi-hat, but obviously my hi-hats are away and they're metal, they're loud, they would overbear all this. So this foot here, so you'll see my left, you probably won't even see, or my right isn't even really moving because I'm feathering. But yes, my left foot would be stepping time. So you got about 2 inches open air on those hi-hats so that you're actually getting a nice sound at that 2 and 4 backbeat. Obviously, any left-hand players, you're actually just going to be stepping that on your right foot. So yeah, my left foot is just stepping the 2 and 4 as a way to keep my mind aware that there is that downbeat 2 and 4 always on that hi-hat. So it's just good practice to do. Even if you don't have a hi-hat to step, it's good to just get your body able to do that, get that limb coordination. Because if you forget that and ignore it and just play all this, these 3 limbs will be great. But then this guy will become quite awkward to throw in when you get to playing it properly. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And here we go. You're most welcome. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Right, so I will do what I can to go from quarter note to blues to jazz. This is going to be a challenge for me, but we'll get through it. We'll be all right. So here we go. I'll go silent because counting and talking and, not the easiest with this. So here we go, just to get all 3 in line. And then if there aren't any questions afterwards pertaining to the jazz, we'll move ourselves over to the 5-stroke roll. Oh, tasty roll. Here we go. Right. Obviously, anybody with a remote amount of idea about what's going on will notice that I made a tiny error there. But this is life. This is what it is. This is why we practice, right? That's not to say that I don't practice, but it is a very tricky thing to shift time on the ride while continuing all the other ostinatos. So the floor is open now for a brief moment or two. Questions related to page 33 or anything else in general. If you have them, throw them down. I'll give a pause for dramatic effect. And if not, we'll move on to the deliciously wonderful 5-stroke roll. So I'll give it a few more seconds. Oh, here we go. Damn right. Xavier said it best in the comments there. If you're not making mistakes, then you're not, yeah. You can't be perfect if you don't make mistakes. Everybody makes them. It's one of those things. The best thing to do about it, though, and this is a shout out to Mike Johnston. Anybody who's not familiar with Mike Johnston, when this video is done, because I want you to stay and enjoy my lesson, but when this video is done, check out Mike Johnston. The guy's a beast. Honestly, aspirational, kind of inspirational demon behind the kit. Mike Johnston. His common saying is you want to find the weaknesses in your drumming armor and then work on them and then move on. And so then your weaknesses technically become your strengths, keep everything else going, and then you move forward. But yeah, Mike Johnston is a great guy. He just knows his stuff really, really well, but he comes across so well. And he's such a beast of a player. So check him out. We're going to get into this 5-stroke roll. So we're going to do ditto lead, and then we're going to go to accent lead. And they will give 2 different sonic outcomes. So with the ditto, again, all of this is right-hand lead. Lefties, switch it around, okay? So right-hand lead on this 5-stroke roll with dittos, we're going right, right, left, left, right. That right accent sets you up. So this is a rudiment that alternates sticking and flows. That sets you up to then go left, left, right, right, left. Right, right, left, left, right. Diddle, diddle, left. Yeah? So taking it slow. Don't worry about the bass drum just yet. Taking it slow. That is. Now we'll join them. Those were paused. Now we will just do it slowly but joined. Cool. So pause, rewatching this, pause it, go back, rewatch it. That again, just for absolute hammering it home and beating a dead horse. Right, right, left, left, accent. Right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left. Yeah? So, I would love to say worry about molar technique and that nice kind of fluidity, but right now sticking pattern is most important. That rules it all, and that's just right, 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 or right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right. So we are going to now, yeah, we'll go down here, and we will just start slow with the diddle lead and gradually just build it up. Okay. Turn it on the motor. Right. Now that doesn't have to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight in itself. It's not about speed. It's just about the fluidity and being able to have, that was a 6-stroke roll, by the way, and being able to just have that sticking under your belt, under your hat. When you then get that nailed down, we can be a bit more creative and add the bass drum on the accents, right? So that would then be right, right, left, left, right with the bass drum. So put those up on the cymbals, those accents. This is your stereotypical kind of big rock anthemic end. The ba, good, right? The only other thing that you can then do is just hold down that consistent pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter notes just on the bass drum. right? That's pretty crazy and pretty fun. Now, obviously, this is less practical. Obviously, it will become practical in a gig sense when you need to end, but it's always very important to know your rudiments. And so that will give you the fluidity to move around the kit. At the very least, it'll give you dynamic control between ghost notes and accents, and it'll allow you to get your doubles quite nice, so you can throw them in beats here and there. So that's a very important thing. It's not just necessarily a rudiment to be learned. It's a rudiment to be learned for application, and it has a lot of different, maybe subtle ways that it could be used. Now, the only other option on that one is we start accent. So then again, this will change how it feels. So that would be right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right. Okay? Again, lefties, swap it about. Leading with your left if you are. So here we go. Pick it up. You get the point. You start with your bass drum on that accent. And then pulse that quarter note. Right, so the differences really are, you're going to have your accent at the end of the bar, which would be on the 5 of every bar, or you start with an accent and then you've got your diddles. So it will make a sonic difference, but again, what I would really appreciate everybody doing who's trying to learn this rudiment from scratch is just do this. If we're doing accent lead, just yes, that is it. Literally watch it, move with it, trail it, that slow, even slower. And again, similar, if we're doing diddles, be very, very methodical. And I don't want to say dull and boring in the proper sense of the word. I want to say in terms of not worrying about all the frills that can be sprinkled around it. Don't worry about putting it in 4. Don't worry about accenting the hits with the bass drum. Just get the sticking pattern down and everything else will come. It will take a lot of time, okay? It really will. The only other thing I forgot to mention last week, I'll say it this week, and it's a nerdy discovery that I've come across, which is now with different grips, you've got French timpani, as you can see, looking down. You've got German, and you've kind of got American, which is usually where most people tend to play. But obviously with that, you play 2 different grips at any given moment, depending on the surface that you're playing. So I'll be playing a beat, your French timpani in your right, but your American or maybe German in your in your left hand, right? You come to the kit, you might go double American. You might be double French, but the point is you've got 2 different, grips, as it were. But the nerdy discovery that I came across is I feel like that is applicable with fulcrums as well. Now, this is where you're thinking, what the hell am I doing on a Friday night listening to this man talk about fulcrum differentiation? It's okay. So much like you would have a different grip, French timpani there, American possibly here, I've come across having 2 different fulcrums at any given moment, depending on the situation. So when I do my rudiments, and this is a personal thing, you can probably see I got a saggy index finger. Now, this is quite molar / well, this is mostly molar, to be honest, in terms of the whipping motion, but also the fulcrum. If I turn my hand inside out, you'll see where the fulcrum lies, which is this devious little cupcake right there. The cheeky little pinky getting a nice little payout. So if you were to come in there, the other fingers really support and cushion. This guy does pretty much nothing. These guys just help it stay there, but the pinky's the driving force. If I get rid of them, it's all pinky there, right? So my rudiments, if you can really slowly see, saggy pointer finger, fulcrum is the pinky. But if you take that over to maybe play a groove, but it's still a rudiment, i.e. a paradiddle, or my right hand has adopted now an index finger fulcrum, whereas my left hand maintains a pinky finger fulcrum. So I noticed it randomly, and I thought, well, I should share that with the gang, share that with the Drum Nerd family, because that's what we're all about. So you might play yourself index finger, pointer finger, fulcrum on everything. You might be a pinky finger fulcrum kind of guy or gal. I personally find this a bit more freeing, and you get more rebound. You can get a full stroke there. See how it's just, I'm just throwing it like a ball, and obviously that's disengaging. That's more of a middle finger fulcrum. But the point being, it's very soft and saggy. Right now I've switched back to pinky finger, but left hand, pinky finger fulcrum, right hand, index finger. So it just came across my head, which is, oh, well, we use different grips in different settings. Funny that now I found out that you use different fulcrums possibly in different settings, which tickled me pink. Yeah, so that's about the crux of the nerdiness. I will say I'm really excited because I think next week what I'll do is introduce, obviously bar 7, that's when it gets wicked saucy, but I will introduce the concept of, what is it called? Oh boy, see, I've lost it now. Polyrhythm. We're going to be doing polyrhythms and bar 7 next week. So polyrhythms, if you're not aware, is two, not opposing, but two different time fields moving at the same time, parallel to themselves, right? Now, we won't go any farther on that now. As much as I want to, we will do polyrhythms or the basic 101 polyrhythm next Friday. Hopefully it's an earlier lesson. This is only this time because of work. But if this time works better for you guys anyways, let me know. But yes, next week we'll be getting into polyrhythms 101 and jazz bar 7. So if anybody's got any questions, please give them out, shout them down in the comments there. If not, I think I've given away everything I can today. Working on 5s, working on jazz, page 33, bar 6. So I'll just hold down a 5-stroke roll while I wait for anybody to chime in. Well, thank you, Xavier. Thanks for tuning in. I genuinely do appreciate all the support. It really does mean a lot. And I hope if nothing else, you and everybody else can get something nice from this lesson. Something to go and work on, you know? Sam, I hope you're doing well. And if nobody's got anything, I think we'll sign off there. I'm going to go and have dinner now and get ready. But yes, stay safe, practice. And if you find something that you're not good at, practice even more. But don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do something, okay? Somebody was telling me that today, and it really rubbed me up the wrong way, okay? So I'll try not go on a rant here, but we are the only things on this planet that can be anything we want. A dog has to be a dog, and a tree has to be a tree. Let's face it. But humans can be anything. We're doctors, we're dentists, we're truck drivers, we're drummers, anything. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something because somebody already does it. You listen to music, so there's people making music. So why can't it be you? So always follow your dream and know that you can do it. Okay? So stay safe, keep your stick on the ice.